Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Public Cloud Design Tips and Tricks. In this channel, we generally discuss about public cloud design problem statements and their related solution. Today, we are going to discuss about Big Data Analytics platform with Microsoft Azure. Today's problem statement, how to realize Big Data Analytics platform in Azure. So we'll talk about few services which are supporting the Big Data Analytics within Azure system. What is big data? Big data means a high volume of data having different velocity, having high variety. That means when you are having a data, some kind of terabytes or petabytes of data, they are kind of unstructured data, kind of structured data, but the amount and volume and velocity are quite high. That times we call it as big data. Now let's try to understand big data analytics flow. So there are four phases: source, ingestion, transformation, and business intelligence. Source phase means the source where the data is getting generated. That means your IoT devices or your video streaming or your logging systems. These are all the source of big data. Second is ingestion. When the source is generating the data, you have to ingest it somewhere. You have to store it somewhere. You have to capture it somewhere. That is where we call it as ingestion phase. Then after the ingestion is done, you have to do some enrichment to the data or cleanness up to the data, and you have to transform them to a structure mode or a kind of mode where you can read it or utilize it the way you need it. Now after the transformation is done, you have to show the data in form of graphs or diagrams or visualization mode. That's where the business intelligence phase is coming to picture. So these are all simple four phases of the big data analytics flows which generally supported by any cloud platforms. Now let's try to understand what are all different services which is available in Microsoft Azure. So first service we are going to discuss today is Azure Synapse Analytics. So it is a pure PaaS capabilities. Synapse Pipelines helps you to build the ingestion and transformation workflows. It supports both Spark and SQL service for transforming data seamlessly. It has also inbuilt data integration pipeline where deep integration with Azure major databases and services is also supported. Synapse SQL transformation supports two types. One is SQL pool dedicated, second is SQL on demand. When we are talking about SQL pool dedicated, that means pay for provision performance, and when we are talking about SQL on demand phase, that means ad hoc pay per volume accessed. It also has a data explorer where you can visualize your data in form of BI. So these are all different phases which can be supported via Azure Synapse Analytics. Now let's talk about Azure Databricks. Databricks has been integrated with Microsoft Azure. As you can see here, I have faced this diagram from Microsoft Azure portal. Databricks sits in the prepare, transform and enrich phase. That means it is in the transformation phase of the data flow. So Azure Databricks helps you to set up your Apache Spark environment in minutes. You can construct or you can build Apache Spark environment in minutes within the Azure Databricks service. It supports variety of programming languages. It is highly scalable in enterprise grade security. That means you can use managed identity kind of concept. You can use public and private networking there, where you can secure your complete Azure Databricks in a proper way as per the standard of Microsoft Azure. It also supports native integration with Azure Data Factory, Azure Data Lake Storage, Azure Machine Learning and Power BI. As you understand, Data Factory where you can ingest the data, Data Lake Storage you can store the data, Azure Machine Learning to do the analysis, and Power BI to display the data. It also helps you to optimize Spark engine. So it also helps you automatically optimize your Spark engine based on the uses. This is the inbuilt feature of Azure Databricks. Now let's think about Azure HDInsight. It is a fully managed open source analytics service for enterprise. It supports end-to-end scenarios for extraction, transformations and loading, data warehousing and machine learning and IoT devices. It comes with multiple open source technologies to provision big data clusters like HBase, Hadoop, Spark, Kafka, Storm and Hive, which can be used in any combination within the Azure HDInsight. It is quite costly as well as compared to others, but it has a lot of benefits like native capabilities as it is open source. Now Azure Data Analytics. Azure Data Analytics is a distributed analytics service. It extends your on-premise security and governance controls to the cloud and meet your security and regulatory compliance whenever it is needed. It helps you to develop massively parallel programmings with simplicity. It helps you debug and optimize your big data programming with ease. So these are all services which are supported in Azure Big Data Analytics Flow. I have captured all this information by following these links. I would suggest please go through the links to get more information about it, and you can utilize based on your need whichever service is suitable for you. If you like the video, then don't forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you.